I'm Chaplain Jamal M. Shabazz of the Interfaith Non-Denominational Ministry. Today I want to talk about the human family. What is the human family? The human family is us. Every human being that ever existed on this earth, every human being that is alive today on this earth, we're all part of the same family. We're all part of a nuclear family, a worldwide, universal nuclear family called the human family. But within this family, we have all kinds of conflicts. We have disagreements based on race, based on financial situations, based on ignorance, based on racism, based on prejudice of all kinds, based on gender bias. So our problems are not just one. Our problems is multifaceted. So what can we say can be the answer to help us with our problems? Well, coming together under one umbrella. What is that umbrella? Well, we got different belief systems, different religions, different lifestyles. But most of us can agree on one thing. There's a God. And if there's a God, then that means that he's here for all of us. Not just one race, one gender, one lifestyle, but for all of us. And one thing about God is we deal with it in our ministry. We don't put a name on God. We don't call him any type of name. And that's a problem there because every belief system, every religion has their own name for God. And they argue and fight over that. Centuries ago, you had the Crusades, while the Christians was fighting the Muslims because they wanted them to believe as they believe. And that's the problem. We all should accept each other's beliefs. We should all accept each other's religion. You don't have to practice them religions. You don't have to be a part of that belief system, but you should respect it. And you shouldn't confront it in a violent manner. Because basically, all the religions, all the peaceful belief systems are basically going down the same path for the same goal. And what is that? To bring peace and love amongst the family of man, or the human family. And we're all part of the human family, regardless of our gender, and regardless of our belief systems, and regardless of our race. We all are part of the family, the human family, the family of God. So let's get away from these labels. God doesn't care whether you're a Christian. He doesn't care whether you're Muslim. He don't care whether you're a Buddhist. He don't care whether you are a Hindu. He don't care if you worship the sun. What he does care about is do you believe there is a God? Do you believe there's one powerful God? And do you believe that God is here for all of us? And also, God is concerned with, his main concern is not these labels or the name you call them. As long as it's a respectful name, a name coming out of your heart and maybe your culture, he cares about how you treat your fellow human being, how you treat the human family. And we should treat each other the same, regardless of our political aspirations, regardless of our religious backgrounds, regardless of our skin color. We all should stop and look in the mirror and understand. We all bleed red. We all got the same characteristics. We all got 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth. We don't have eyes in the back of our head because we're a different race. Different races basically is because of the location that we're from, if you notice that. If you take one group of people and put them in one location for thousands of years, eventually they're going to take on the characteristics of that environment that they're in. That's just common sense. It's historical evidence, scientific evidence bears that fact out. So at one time we was part of one human family, but we branched out across the earth. So we all connected. So we all related to each other. So now I'm kind of getting off the subject, but let's go back to the family of man again, which I think is always integrated into one fact. We all got common goals. We all want the same thing. We all want peace and happiness. We work every day for what? To make financial means, to make ourselves happy, to make our families happy, and to support our community. So everything goes back to peace and happiness. So God is concerned with basically how we treat each other, how we treat our fellow human beings, how we conduct our everyday life. If you just go to a church, a synagogue, a mosque, a temple, whatever place you call it, whatever name you want to give it, if you only do that once a week or twice a week, and then the next day you go back to your same negative activity, that's not the will of God. You're supposed to practice your positive belief system every day. You're supposed to follow the love that you perpetuate, or the love that you philosophize or claim in your particular belief system and your particular religion every day to everyone that you meet. Not just those who look like you or those who's part of your little clique or your group. That's not the will of God. So we stop and think, how many of us are really following the will of God? How many of us are really trying to support and love each other as a human family? How many of us follows these belief systems every day of the week? If you claim to be a Christian, do you follow the teachings of Jesus, whose real name was Yahshua? Do you follow the teachings of Allah every day if you're a Muslim? Do you follow the Buddhist teachings every day if you're a Buddhist? And so forth and so on. And if you can be really honest with yourself, you don't. You only do it in spurts or on a certain day. And that's not the will of God. The will of God is for you to practice the love and caring and support for the human family every day. And even if you meet someone that's negative, your positiveness can be a blanket to cover his negativeness, to make him or her a better person. Because maybe they never met anyone like you, someone who really believes and carry that belief every day. So when we claim to believe in God, we have to understand God is all about the whole family, the whole human family, not just one little group, not just one little clique, not just one little belief system. No matter how powerful you think your religion is, it's not that powerful, because it's basically, most religions got so much added stuff in, it's man-made. Or I can say now in today's society, man and woman made. It's not the will of God. Because you look at all the different denominations we have, all the different spin-offs from every religion. Every religion starts out in a pure form. But down through the centuries, thousands of years, the family of man, or the human family, has a tendency to change things, to turn it into something that it originally wasn't supposed to be. So we add on stuff. So when you go to your place of worship, look around and then read the book that your belief system, or read the manuscript that your belief system is made of, and ask yourself, Are they still following the original plan? No. They don't. They done changed it so much down through the centuries and thousands of years that it's not original. What Muhammad taught, most Muslims, he's not even following it. They following something that is part of their culture. What Yahshua, whose name is Jesus, taught is not the same as it is now. In other words, we have changed things so much that if you go back in time, if you had a time machine, it would be entirely different. Entirely different. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. We're all the same. We're all a part of the human family. In your everyday life, before you judge someone in a negative way because of their color or their cultural background or their lifestyle, stop and think about it. Are you following what you claim to believe? Because you are my family and I'm part of your family, whether you want to accept it or not. And I'm going to leave you as I greeted you, with peace and blessings always, in the name of God.